PCIFIC was seen
Okay,
as
we got
one of
PCIFIC
the,
on defense, we got
higher-end
the
teams,
Ultimates
and the
on
Ultimates
attack,
are the
and
underdogs here, but Josh,
PCIFIC in
what
my
do you see
mind
now with this
are a
veto,
team
with
that are
everything we've
very
witnessed
map
before?
dependent, and they got their three best maps. So I'm gonna be impressed if the Ultimates can win this, straight up.
Running over people, I would have to
I think they missed a
focus
trick here.
onto them and be just talking about what do you have in store when your style isn't working, isn't getting value, is getting shut down.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. And if that even becomes the case.
Oh, ETB top side.
This is a very different opponent to what we saw yesterday.
Wait, is there normal smoke that
good
makes it
start for
look like
Fighter.
they're actually just hitting
He
into
was
the side,
asked
but this
a
time
lot
they
of
TP'd
earlier
into it?
on
That was
the
cool.
analyst test to see if he could step up to the challenge, but
Still
the 2v1
looking
could
like
be
they're going to
difficult
lose
now
the
with
round, but I
Spike
like the
being left where
idea.
it is. Khalid's going to have to work his way around the map, but you can see that cognizance hitting. Jelson already considering this, playing in a safer position now. Over towards the front.
You haven't seen Zeus, is he as good as Kayak?
He's gonna have his start back in 5, so maybe an opportunity.
He's really good, man. He's really good.
An opportunity.
Just
tough task. That turret just being recalled now.
But both of them will be in franchising next year. Just wait a little bit.
Probably going to be over by then.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But we've seen stranger things happen. Let's see. Isolates one. That's great. Ooh. Dart now available. He knows where the player is. Rose already going to try and backpedal towards the backside of sight. And timing is everything, and he's got a Rose there.
Hey, nicely done, man. Nicely done, pistols. They couldn't
get
get any pistols yesterday. They started off with a pistol today.
On those pistol rounds in that previous series we witnessed.
Yeah, that was tough. Losing pretty much every pistol in this series over 3 maps. It's not something that helps you.
Jealous of how good some of them are? Yeah. They've been grinding though, man. It's been a big grind for every single team that makes it this far. Even the ones that just made it to like the group stage before this have just been doing one hell of a grind.
That form, that consistency, and finding a way to dig deep and pull something else out when you're getting outmatched or outclassed by people that are shooting back just as hard, if not harder.
And I think, considering this is a rematch, they met in, I think it was one of the
absolute lunatic. What is this? What is this? Holy hell! What is going on?
Anything for it, but as it stands,
he's gonna get so many.
Yeah, the issue is that Comeback also managed to get around behind.
Dude, I'm telling you, this guy is the best person at cleaning up ecos. I reckon they have one of the best cleanup. I reckon this team might get thrifted the least out of any team I've seen, and it's all because this guy is so good at cleaning up ecos. And I'm not trying to say he's a stat pad or anything, because he's just so good at it.
That's a nice way to kick things off, and you want to play
because
like you're the favorite.
It's not stat padding, because every team gets ecoed all the time.
Disrespecting the opponent, but there's something to be said about making those sort of assertive
But he is
plays,
incredible at them.
faces, making it hard to build that momentum early.
For sure. Being able to do that and just show that you're still confident, that you still have the capacity to go and bulldoze through. I mean, the fact you have to be able to shake off a loss like that. Yes, it's only been 24 hours, but it was a close series.
Would you rather pick someone up who's really good at taking over a game but overheats, or a duelist who's really disciplined but less hard in their games? I mean, you would just have someone that can take over games and you just teach them.
Do they need to worry about that here right now? I don't think
think that's the easiest thing.
This match, they could
Bro's picking up the op.
They've been doing.
God, he's got an op, no armor.
And they'll still
I like it.
steamroll and bulldoze through here, because when it comes to it, this is it's just an outclass. Like if the Ultimates were able to get more than 7 rounds this series, props to them.
What's the duelist doing?
And it is.
Oh, it's a great Omen flash to stop them from going. This guy gets to the point, but I mean, we're out here, no armor,
historically,
holding
the
this.
Ultimates did manage to.
He gets all the way around.
On this map.
Damn, he's owned it, bro. Pop your dash.
That's a great start. Keep
It's a shame.
in a box.
It should always just be popping your dash in, no matter what I think, if we're going to be refacing this.
If you can kind of put him back in his place a little bit,
especially with the no armor.
Force PCIFIC to have to play a more standardized game, but that operator can be picked back up, and they're actually shifting away from that pick. But I'm looking at the rotation from Larocque already. They still have all the Killjoy utility over towards Garage, towards B. They have a really good grip on this map still. This is still going to be very difficult for the Ultimates to do subtly. There is no subtlety now, and there's
I like the re-clear from Rose here.
Bonus or not, it does get a little bit scary when there's so many players nearby.
He should just go save the op now.
One to be found so far is on Larocque to do damage overwhelm.
Yeah, go save the op,
from the
man.
Ultimates, good trading, good spacing.
So good. Go back, save the op.
You know, the Ultimates are about to pick up this round. should be a shoo-in. 4 versus 1. Rose, he's going to go for the attempt. There's no reason not to. This is their bonus round.
They think he's saving the op.
Maybe that's the only reason.
Yeah, they're so sure this guy's saving the op, and they're like, wait, he's close?
I mean,
not saving an op.
Looking like a Yoru clone then, but it's fine. We could.
Okay.
Mo's got it. Look,
What I want to highlight, though...
Josh, I've been absolutely struggling the depths of Elo.
Let me go to the positive. Let me go to the positives, okay?
Please.
I bring us back. I like what PCIFIC did there with the rotation. So they lose comeback on A. He has the operator, right? You would think teams are like, oh no, we lost A, they're A. They're going to shift over to A. So the Ultimates is like, okay, we're going to go C now instead. So PCIFIC actually stacked that C site with 3 players.
Not a fan of this choice. Yeah, I think he's got to go get that op no matter what.
First contact and everything, let them come out garage, let the killjoy get contact in the corner. Then
it's such an investment.
At the same time.
At least like this though, he's the one that made the play. The IGL being selfless. Taking the hit on this one. I say as they change their guns, so they're picking up an orb over towards long or something. Yeah, pick up an orb over towards long. Made sure they cleared it early. Had a whole plan to get the knives. Still a good like plan into the rounds. You keep an eye on the Cypher. The Cypher wins this round. This Cypher for sure wins this round.
Pretty solid. They've already lost fighter and no trade, so they've won the side. So depending on the post plant,
oh, you went for one.
Picks up one. We're looking at the pressure now.
You only went for one.
Yes. Mo's going to take down Rose. This is massive. PCIFIC going to be put through their paces here. They are not getting a grip back on this. Popping of the ult feels a little excessive here. And yeah, time to back off.
No, but he popped the ult anyway, right?
Lovely response from the Ultimates.
That was great. That was a really good play. Getting that.
Yeah, it was a really nice play. This lag through C was genius.
Round secure play, whether that be a lurk through C or through garage,
and this was one of those big rounds. This way you normally look for the anti, and it might have been the fact that their killjoy util is like more spread over towards garage here, and that we can have the timing towards C. Either way, this was a great play from them. I did worry. There was a few things for PCIFIC. I was more worried actually before I kind of realized they had weaknesses in their map pool. I was more worried the fact that they could be anti pretty heavy with some of the stuff they were doing. And maybe this team could exploit that. We'll see. They definitely haven't gone down the map pool pick. But if they feel like there's weaknesses in their better maps, then they can exploit that also.
Just marking his man. It was absolutely nuts. But now it's the hero rifle on comeback, and that's it. A couple of sheriffs with some light shields, but you're looking at the Ultimates as well. Coming.
Yeah, I mean, I like those push behinds. What's going on with the HUD here?
Wondering if comeback can navigate past.
Oh my god!
If he's just going to simply hold this and hope they get some value. As it stands, we love the scoreboard being up.
I knew she was going to say something about it.
The one to find him. So opportunities are plenty. They've got everything they need. They've got good information.
Love the scoreboard being up. That's a great pick. Did we push over towards site with an extra gun? I don't even know. Did he pop ult? He must have popped ult.
What could you do, Rose?
Not
Just
much.
a kiss.
Oh, Josh, really? Is that Seal we're going for here?
So, yeah, that's Seal. I guess from Rose.
Yeah. That's awful.
You know the reference, though.
Yeah, I'm old, all right? I'm old. No one else is. Everyone here's, 12.
12.
But so far, let's kind of take stock of what we've been seeing, because the desk, 7 rounds are all you're giving them.
How do you beat a team that's hard to anti? You just focus on yourself a lot of the time.
Cooking.
Maybe they should pick Tabe in that first series round, because things are looking a little better for them here. So, talk about the style of the teams and what's working.
Bro, that's a banging song, though, that he's referencing.
They play very kind of standard 2-1-2, spread apart. They trust their individuals to be able to make really big plays and convert rounds. The Ultimates likes to do these death ball plays, 5 people together usually.
Vanilla Smile, thank you so much for the Prime. Thank you for the 7 months. Appreciate that.
Where everyone's so split.
Thank you.
A little bit easier fights, less resistance, because they're picking spots where there's no defender in some of these cases, and then from that point they're able to convert.
The HUD, right? Yeah, the HUD's gone, man. The HUD is lost.
In the game here, and then they're able to get out the operator again, and
gonna have to start drawing my own HUD again.
Neon.
Dude, get me to LAN, bro. Get me to the LAN games.
But
online is so cast.
Few rounds going in the way of Team Ultimates, and
we got players timing out in big important games that changes the potential scoreline. We
know it's
got
a rematch,
HUDs
they know
that
it's a
don't
tough opponent,
that don't
but
work, so we don't know what the score
they
is.
also have a tournament life
Give me
on
to
the
line,
and
man.
they don't want to go out. They want
We
make
bring
all
it
the way.
back. Get it
why
out of here,
Go
dude.
fight.
It's done.
Let's see how well they can hold up here under this 3-2 split towards C. You still got the Killjoy util towards this. You've got the early rotate coming in from comeback as well. Rose, in the meantime, gets punished. This push and pull
Yeah,
of pressure
this
that the
little,
Ultimates are
but
running
they tried to do this early on, right? Where we fake pressure over towards C to make sure that we have a reaction over towards A. They tried this on their first buy rounds. They actually have like a really good plan right now. But the individual of this guy, oh god. Oh god, I was gonna say the individual of this guy is too good, but
unreal.
looks like one of those times where you have no space on the right of your mouse mat anymore.
Yeah, I have to say that was a big mistake from Pacific again. They had that entire A line. The entire team is stacked.
That HUD is on right and not on production. Not necessarily. It depends how you run in the HUD.
Just needs to sit where he is, feet planted, hold that line, not move anywhere, and they're probably okay. He's probably at least gonna get one. Maybe he's able to get more or keep his life on top of that. Buy time for the rotation to come in, but instead he progresses, dies, and it's over. That's it.
And feeling like they want to go for the remedy of aggression is the name of the game.
Chat, where are we? It's 4-2, right? Is it 4-2 or is it 3-2? I'm lost.
Did he spot the player?
Wait,
How did he not spot this guy?
It felt like it was a fake, right? Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay, come back. Been given the keys to the castle.
Oh god, they're gonna eco them.
Yeah, this.
Take it, my guy.
Don't leave it too long. Okay,
For God's sake, honestly, I respect having the whiff that he just had to then be that calm in the moment.
Yep.
Flanking long way through. Aggression from Sand could be a little bit worrying. As it stands, already come back game. Perfect timing.
What is this? What is this game, bro? It's one of these. Dude, I'm so in for one of these.
Push through CT, take the fight to them.
That was nice. That was a good swing on this one. Chat 5-2, right?
It may be scrappy, but they are certainly in the lead. They have got everything they wanted here.
I think it's 5-2.
They're finding picks. I thought with comeback's positioning that would have been enough. Not the case.
Based on eye tests and some of these games that I've been watching, I actually think Fighter's one of the smarter. He's probably the smartest player on this team in terms of how I look at the small little things he does, the fundamentals, the knowing kind of where to go.
I think I might agree with that. It probably is Mo, but I agree with what he's saying.
Out what's going on and then being able to pivot back to that spawn.
Hazy_XE with the tier 1. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the 3 months.
Here, but
thank you for that, dude.
Appreciate the tier 1 and just the awareness to be able to clear certain angles or the way that he
which region is the worst production? Depends what part of production we're talking about, man.
The wide swing slide
depends what you want to go for.
But so his teammate could peek out afterwards and get the kill on comeback. Comeback's crosshair obviously taken away. I feel like
every single region has stuff that they excel at and stuff that they're not excelling at.
Piece of this puzzle that has been good throughout this entire event so far.
EMEA and APAC depends, bro. APAC have the worst timeouts, or like the worst tech pauses, just because of that one tech timeout. I think they have the worst observing, personally, for me in game. But I think they have some of the. I kind of prefer their.
Still early. Anything can happen.
They're like
right set of circumstances, the right variables to
their talent. I think like their half times. I prefer watching that to most of the other regions.
Some people doing a lovely little watch party, so I want you guys to draw the HUD. That is your challenge for today.
Draw the HUD
out and get to drawing. Now,
damn, dude, can you give me a score update or? Oh my god, I can't even.
This man he wants aggression. He's been doing his job fine. But it has yet to really convert.
Dude, it's so
into
bright,
round
I can't even see the square.
So he's been able to kind of catch his positioning. So he should be able
Wasn't
to
expected to be put on the spot like this.
There is still that position over towards C coming in from the ISO there. So there could be late round value if he decides to play this patiently.
I need brightness. That's good.
How much info do they get off the Aldrone? Minimal. At least presence.
Chat, what's the score?
How close this player
it's 5-2, right?
Knocking at the door here, Fighter.
Wait, I should draw the teams
closer,
fast.
Should be given away. Larok's position, that angle much better. Good Aldrone though, very diligent to try and check through this.
Okay,
noting that aggression has been utilized throughout this map.
Staring at the positioning.
Let's redo the F chat. I feel like this might be up for a while.
He goes down as well. And now
chat, you guys focus on the game.
It's a 3 versus 5. They don't really have much.
It's like a side quest or something right now.
Pacific still controlling so much map control,
and then
so much real estate. Come back down middle again, just waiting, finding this
5-2 or 4-2, chat. What are we saying?
Exploiting it.
I think it's 5-2.
Oh dear. Well, speaking of being exploited, that's it. And that's a big bit of info. Do they carry on this way? You've just found out you've got 3 players on the site you were kind of going towards. Do you pivot? Do you run back towards
5? That's what I think.
Alarm bots. You've got still players at the back of the site. You've got ultimates here. They might have left this a little too late in the day. This might have run away from them. Spike still left out of the site. I don't think they're going to...
Guys, you got to plant that right now. Oh,
Give
boy.
it a go, but
Oh,
I
boy,
think
that
it's
is not
far
enough
too
time.
late. They're surrounded. And they fought back
5-3,
close,
right?
but close is not good enough. This is now 5-3.
Okay, thank you for that confirmation.
The ultimates should really try to.
The YouTube stream is the wrong title as well.
Again,
everything's going wrong.
You see Fighter here. He's trying to take his timing.
We've got
He
our own
dodged
production
that drone,
issues
but
now.
There's a little pause, a little bit of hesitation. He didn't do it in one smooth motion, so he's actually going to go down there. And then it seems like the rest of the round just kept falling apart as soon as Mo goes up in that short position, loses that duel, and then now you're really limited on options. You try to make anything work. If the ultimates just stick together and hit the timings together,
Don't do
have
a fast round while I'm
better
changing
chance.
this. Okay, it's just control.
Just
A control. Oh, oh god, we did the Ooh, this is nice, man. Yeah, we did a little bit of the DRX.
Leading as it stands on the trades.
I like
Rose
that,
and
man.
Chelison are now in a little bit of a spot
Didn't work out great, but at least they got it in there.
And the timing perfect for Sand. Going to find the space towards C. This should be wraps on the round. I don't think Rose can find much in this. This should be a plant and a pretty safe post plant too. Look at Mo's utility. Still smokes. Paranoia. You've still got all the shock darts, the owl drone. This would need almost a mistake to happen. And with the owl drone placed here, they have everything they need. And the ultimates,
wait, we got a
again,
HUD back?
turning
Chat, do you
things
trust this HUD?
further forward. They are absolutely running away with this one.
It's definitely not the situation you want to be in if you're Team Pacific. There's
Would
a
hate
lot
to
of
delete this
chances
HUD
that
and
you
for it
have still
all,
to come back to make this your game,
no,
make
to
a
be wrong.
statement. But right now, it's not looking that good. Not gonna lie.
I think it's good.
The scoreline was right. Yeah, it
We're
feels
chancing it.
desperate again though.
It does.
It feels like what worries me is that we saw
everything's been
on
changed. Everything's
the
good now.
Sunset where we didn't really like what we were seeing from Pacific when they were quite desperate for the kills. They were over-reliant on individuals to give them masses of impact. And it feels like a little bit of that again.
I like this change up though from Pacific. They've been doing a lot of fake pressure over towards C, and then they've been baiting out the reaction over towards A. So for them to move the op here to try and get early info is great, and they do get that kill. And that means that most likely they might be sending it through Garage. Dude, look at the confidence on these guys. They're crazy.
Back of CT, but they've managed to pierce through up towards B. A really unorthodox approach, but it's worked. They've cut this down to a 4v3, still very doable. Sand's in a really annoying position, going to hold back a good couple of players. Doesn't get the fight he wanted, but he's still alive. And there should be a plant on this. Rose burning the ult
So
for
that
it.
was a really good ult
This
though.
is better. This is at least
Wait,
getting
that
them
shot
some
was nice as well.
stability,
Oh,
but
Okay.
Whoa.
Khaled, a 1v2 isn't
Hold
out
up.
of the realm
Hold up.
of
Okay.
reality.
Dude, they're confident. You can't
A
be swinging
bouncing
that.
shot, and now he knows where Rose is, and he can hide from this. The owl drone a bigger issue, but the shot.
Okay.
Holy hell, it's a
They
1v4.
managed to
Wait,
beat
they're
already
owning
the
them.
amount of rounds collectively they got against Pacific earlier in this
Wait, that
tournament
second kill
in
with the
this
ult was really
one
impressive.
half.
It was off of the comms of the other guy going down,
they're
right?
making a really good job of punishing all the mistakes.
Fumble,
that are
yeah.
coming out of
I mean,
Pacific.
the 1v2, you got to
I
wait for your
can't help
teammate here.
but note, like Loida, he's just loitering around B, doesn't really know what he's looking at. He's looking at a smoke with an alarm bot, but he knows that all of this garage area has been compromised and the enemy's going to be coming from there. All he has to do is sit still and know exactly where to look. And he has all the information, but he's not doing it.
And this is when we start the discussion of how much did that previous game impact Pacific? How much has this shaken their confidence, their
Did they
faith
check this guy?
in what they were approaching with, their mentality? And the Ultimates are no slouches at this map. As I said, they have history on this map where they are very solid, but
It's a really good trade in the end here. Wait, they're going to get so many rounds on attack. So many rounds.
It's shaky at the best of times. Sheriffs, Guardians. It's you and me. And the ult, well, didn't catch.
ISO, the ISO ult was like trying to pre-fire the Killjoy ult before the Killjoy ult went down.
Still a pocket to play from. Mo looking like he wants to just try and see how much he can get there, but it's Khaled on the trade. They still have numbers. It's a 3v2.
Yeah, and you just recon this and then just wait for the guy on short to play.
Big info. Shock Dart on top. Yeah, not happening.
Damn, bro. They feel like they're actually wrecking them a little bit. This comp is very attack-sided, though. So there's that.
Josh, the gravitas of this game is monumental, right? This is the one that counts. This is the serious
Did I drill the HUD well?
Right.
One of my better ones, I think. I would say.
Shaky game before that, you know, a fair result. CGM played
Spend a little bit of extra time on it.
A bad way to lose in that final map. This is the nightmare reality for Pacific, coming back in onto a map that maybe suits the Ultimates well, but again, losing like this is gonna surely sting.
Do you like the ISO Neon and the ISO Yoru better?
It's
I think it's map dependent, dude, but honestly,
I was talking about
the ISO in Pro Play looks really strong. I swear.
Doing such a good job on their game plan when it hit gun rounds and everything like that. And I saw some good moments here as well. They got into the correct positions, but like other teams that we saw throughout this event, they weren't happy with what they had, and they went for more.
I mean, they're going to get this round as well, are they not? Nothing to stop the plant. Got one person to play on site again. We're going to have the luck through C because we don't have the info ever on the C. Like, the game plan is unreal on this attack. They spent so much time on this, and they just have such good ideas, and they're just using the ideas again and again. Does this guy expect the Cypher? Okay, I love that. We're out here learning. We're out here learning in real time.
They still need to deal with the defuse. They still need to get towards this. Half.
Okay, it's going to get half, but that recon should.
But they're sticking on this one. They're not being dissuaded. And just about
right, they got 4 on defense. 4 on defense, very doable against this comp. Still, I love how they approached the attack though. They had so much stuff. They had like 2 main plans, right? They had 2 main plans to punish what was going on. They had the fake pressure over towards C and punish the reaction on A, and they had the fact that they hit over towards B, and every single time the Killjoy util is watching Garage in front B, and that C just isn't watched at all. And that got them a good amount of rounds on top of the fact that they have really strong ults on their team as well. That was cool though. This was a good game. Let me mute this. You said they were going to lose this round, yeah, but honestly, the fact that it was Cellison, right, was like adapting in real time to the fact that he already been punished from the C lag. How can you defend with such a comp? You just go aggro A every single time with the ISO. ISO double damage, make sure they can't take A. Set up one person on A so you can have 2-2, or like 3-1 at least over towards C. You like force them to retake over towards A. Honestly, the way that Fnatic play, it's pretty cool. It's just all down to aggro A. The Pacific, are they out if they lose? Yeah, whoever loses this is out. It is straight up elimination.
A turn up when it matters, but will they be able to keep it? That's the
question. When do the teams play on stage? Next weekend.
But we're just simply not seeing it.
I say it's next weekend. It's Friday, Saturday, right? Instead of Sunday.
Definitely aren't. We're seeing glimpses of what they can do, followed by the biggest of blunders. And right now,
do you think Ascension teams should get to play in champs? The ones the win, that is? As in straight into champs? Nah, not a chance. Like, if we looked at last year, I think that's a good example. Like, there's only G2 that could actually compete. It would have been an absolute slaughter.
And more of a collective. And
it would have been a free win for most teams.
With a bang, that hard C hit. And I'm not sure about Mo's position here. If he gets cleared, what's the follow-up?
No TP.
Hello? Hello?
What was that then? Well, an interesting beginning.
Yeah, the longest smoke in history, waiting for the reaction.
There as Fighter tries to do a little chip damage through Garage.
Big kill, doable. Doable with that kill. So doable. What a recon.
How is this happening? These are just audacious.
Oh my, they actually did it, man. That kill in Garage was the one.
Okay. So
break it down for me. Let's
recap.
Here we go.
Okay. Pistol round. You have 5 attackers going to C. The sole defender on C is in the hard left corner.
Yeah.
The closest teammate is in the other side. Okay. He has a smoke in his hands. He's throwing a smoke at the enemies as they're shooting him. Okay. But Larock has the spike and is crossing the garage tunnels 5 seconds after his team secures the site and gets caught crossing in the open, and then that causes a whole shock from the whole team, and they all pee themselves a little bit.
Excuse me?
Oh, dearie me.
That's what happens? Okay.
Well, we move on. We, you know...
Nice shot, though.
Of course, the rock hits that, but as it stands, has been responded to perfectly. So keeping control across the map pretty much at this point. This could put Mo in a bad position. Speaking of bad positions, he seems to like those, so might be fine. Yep, yeah, Mo's gone down. This is a weird round. I feel like I'm watching 3 potentially different games all being fought out at the same time, but what remains is Chelson in a 1v3 now.
Wait, is that how he meant to say this name? I thought it was Cellison. Chelson. So she said?
Fight is a problem. Fight is a bit of an issue. But you might get a plan for this.
Is this another Sachi moment, or?
Good fundamentals here from the Ultimates. They're waiting, basically covering all the angles that they could come from, position close to each other so they can trade, and now Spike's coming down. 3-on-1. They're going to move together. Dart. They have slide available as well. It's over.
It's very much over. You are very correct. I don't know what I'm witnessing in some of these rounds, and it just I don't. Hey, look, maybe I'm just being told what to think. You know, Josh, I've been enjoying the co-streams. I've been listening to, you know, these other people out there telling me how I should consume this. And now when I'm left to my own devices, I see this and I get baffled because it feels so individual from a team that looked so good as a collective, and it feels disjointed. I don't know if Haven's just simply not in their current rotation for Pacific, if it looks weak for them. This has just looked like a massive outclass by the Ultimates, who are considered to be very much the underdogs here. I can't stress that enough. So into the, well, I say gun round, at least for Pacific, the bonus
Dude, double outlaw, heavy armors.
They're already on 10 rounds. They've done so much so early on. They've teed themselves up.
Yeah, and it was
so
1-1
well
for pistols. It still is winnable. I'm not gonna lie. It still is very winnable.
These rounds is unacceptable for a team that wants to make it all the way, go to the arena, and ascend to PCT.
Damn, bro.
This is the way that they're losing their rounds with these low-level, like skipping steps, poor fundamentals, poor spacing, and overextending. It's costing them huge, and the Ultimates is punishing them hard for it. It's a few more rounds.
We play here with an outlaw,
and that would be a huge just boon for them.
It would be. So we dive back in. Fighter.
Point blank outlaw.
Rough gun, but it's so well done.
Oh, but we double damage contact so that it's one shot.
And he gets more.
Wait, this is cool.
I don't know what I'm
Wait, this was cool.
Bonus. That's ridiculous.
Wait, they're doing really good stuff.
The Ultimates. Get me out of
this
map.
They know, dude, they've done so much homework. They know they only ever hit B once they recon, so they can literally wait for the recon, then double damage, and then they can just one-shot outlaw them.
That's what the players on Pacific are saying right now as well. They're
and then on
right
dude,
now
this
in
thing
whatever voice program saying
like, and then on their attack they had 2 really good rounds as well that were done from plans.
Yeah. This is madness.
Dude, the prep is so good right now.
And again, when we've seen the Ultimates playing well, they've had some really nice rotations early on. Like, we're kind of like complimenting.
And now they get to another big buy round where they can force them down. I mean, I say eco, obviously they're going to be the last round, but they can just play full retake of a site here. And that outlaw is actually going to have so much impact because we've got one guy that can tank it.
But we are now seeing Pacific making enough mistakes that the Ultimates just need to be kind of on par for the course. They don't need to be anything above that. But as it stands, we're seeing C pressure, high tempo pressure. Last time the spike cross was the part that was exploited. I wonder if that's going to be the case again. Fighter, Loiter, all together in unison, taking down the first 2. But the trades this time, the brawl
how did they get those 4 kills? That's crazy.
On the site, just taking the fight. Now the plant's going to come in, and a 1v3. This would be, I mean, unforgivable to lose.
Ever heard me talk so fast? Yeah, I'm checking out the put in the caption thing for its tests, Bacon. See if it can keep up.
No, tell me about it, actually. Tell me about it.
It's actually pretty good.
You see, there's a game that happened in...
Wait, if I say Bacan, what does it say?
Q3 2024.
Dude, it auto-corrects it to Bacon? That's crazy. We need to change that.
An unlikely underdog versus the top aimers. They run around playing this with 0 resistance.
Oh. Back to work. It doesn't happen. No, look at this. Look at this. It's fine. It's fine. Stop making me nervous. Stop making me nervous. Why are you making me nervous?
I held my breath too.
Thank you, observers.
We got a no from the observers.
Yeah. Easy. Now, imagine the comeback now, though. Pacific just go, guys, let's win.
Casey, a
Gosh,
really
what
good
are we
game.
doing?
Really good.
Like, guys,
I know it's kind of late in the game, but maybe let's try shooting back this time.
I mean, Khaled, like, was beaming as well. Ugh. Okay. Okay. All good. All good.
We're
fresh,
back.
fresh slate. We've got the lockdown for Jealousy.
Yeah, I mean, but we got the ult for retake.
Want
Want to prevent them from getting an orb over towards long,
Fighter's
surely.
got his ult. One off from the, I just call it the hat. I'm sure there's a real name for it. Just makes...
I call it the hat.
Yeah, there we go. We're simply just fish
There we
ult.
go. So it's okay.
Yeah.
Now, surely Fighter doesn't get away with this.
Okay, let's see, chat.
twice,
Let's see. Do they
right?
always
Do you
recon before they
remember
hit
what
site?
happened
Oh, you saw
with
it,
the
right?
outlook?
Drone
You saw
garage.
it. You saw it. Minimap
saw
would
it,
have
right?
shown it.
Do they
We've
wait for
all
the drone
seen it.
garage and then wait for the
We've
recon to
all
hit, or do
seen
we
it.
hit before it?
As they've seen Fighter
Okay,
in
this time we hit
position
before it. We
before,
contact
and
or we
that's
change it
what I
up?
wanna see.
Okay, because they
Come
thought
back
maybe they had a
onwards.
read.
Good game.
I don't know.
That's perfect. Little follow-up doesn't get it. Spy on the wide swing. Ult now going to come in.
Damn,
Domain
big ult.
expansion
And then we can
online. Here
push.
we
We
go.
can push
All
through
that damage
garage.
done earlier on, irrelevant now. Doesn't come out of it
Ooh, we
alive,
lose
though.
this.
Pacific are
Big 1v1.
fighting
Oh, big
back.
1v2, sorry.
Now
It's
a
out of
1v2. Sand, he's got a long way to go to catch up with these players. They're going to get the plant down, and this post plant is very difficult.
Now
You've
with this
added
round as well, they might be in a
all of
pretty
the
good
utility
spot.
that Pacific still have. Sand
Yeah, they
would
had
have
to win
go
that,
nuclear on this.
had
So
to win
let's see
that
the
ult.
post plant positioning. One up towards heaven, one kind of playing towards sewers. It looks like Sand actually going to go for this first fight up towards heaven. And the right read.
Shot.
Oh my good god, and there's the ult. Hat ult.
The neural theft.
Yeah. It's mad, I play Cypher, I should know, but the readjust on position, the cam could be huge here.
Wait, is it a Sentinel player?
He's going for the fight. Does he clear graffiti, though?
Camera.
Surely
Camera.
you would.
Camera.
Oh my god, I thought with a little bit of pre-fire there might have given away, but no. Rose gives them another lifeline. It's 6-11. We're still moving forward for Pacific. The Ultimate's unable to get across that line yet.
It was a gnarly reposition from Rose again. I think this is the second time he was able to do that.
Cross spawn, yeah, for sure, no matter what.
Again, you use that neural theft, you get that information. You know exactly where he is. You let it ping twice, and then you reposition all the way around and let him shift up on you like this. Surely not.
This is a perfect timeout, though. This is a nice early timeout. It's 6-11. You got some big ults on your team. You're down to an eco.
Don't want to curse this.
You do not want to lose this game.
Okay. Is this the stability? Is this the turnaround?
And it's, I mean, it's.
starting
We
to
can
see
do a plan with the hero
maybe
gun
them come
here.
online here.
We
Maybe a
could
little
do
late
something
off the
fast with
starting
this.
blocks.
We could retake. Probably just
Struggling
leave
now
C. It's a
on
good
the
ult to
ultimate side.
retake
Gotta see what
C.
variety they
Could
can
go
bring.
aggro
They
A,
have
get
a
the
lot of
orb.
rounds as a buffer. They're up
Probably
to
what
11.
I'm
They had that
calling.
fantastic
Go
first half.
aggro
Of
fully
course,
onto
they got
A
the
as well.
pistol, so it gives
And
them
then you
that
go close,
really
you get
nice
resistance, you can pop the
large
neon
amount of
ult.
rounds
If
to
not,
play
they go
with.
C, you can reactively
But
pop the
a
ult
team that
back.
can build off momentum is
That's the
Pacific.
obvious call
They
for this one.
absolutely
They got
can
so many
work back
ults here,
into
though.
this.
They
And
got to
the
get some of these
ultimates
ults out in
they're
the
building,
eco.
Josh, they're going to have that snowball round in hand. Now you got to assume that they'll have something
Considering
in mind
how
that's,
good
you
the
know,
prep
a
has
slam
been,
dunk round.
I've got a lot of
On the
faith
other
in this
side, we've
timeout.
got
I'm not
from
gonna lie
Hunter's
to you.
Fury, we still have neons up. We have the TP. It's not
I think they can
quite
come
as
up with a
pivotal,
pretty
but
good
the
plan.
money is shattered, so this should be 12, right?
It should be. It
Unless
absolutely
Fighter.
should be.
Should be 12.
I mean, he's got his ult.
What?
Got a big shield.
Do I think Nuclear
This
gets
is
back
a
into
good
tier 1?
gamble sack from
Probably should,
Multiple
to be honest with
actually.
you.
I don't
Guy's a
wanna
really
be
good player. He'll get trials.
low on the
Depends how he does
platform.
in the trials.
almost get the punish. Comeback's going for it. He wants this.
That's
He
nice.
gets this.
Big pick and Jealousy in the
Yeah, good
meantime,
trade,
one
I'm
out
sure.
on A. So this opens up the map and it kind of frays any sort of presence the defending side could have had. Fighter does make it there in time. Hey, you've got a neon. At least you get towards the site in the right sort of positioning and the right sort of timing. And the investment. Fantastic from him, but he can't get down in time. Jealousy is there as the safest pair of hands in the world. There was a moment where you could see how dangerous that could have been. But for Sand, his position's been noted. So it's going to be very difficult to find value now. Goes for the 1v1, it looks like. And well, comebacks either seen the
just saw
barrel
his
or just
gun.
simply gone for a shot through it. But a nice little bit of work coming back from Pacific. They're closing on the board now, Josh. That scoreline's looking more and more dangerous here.
And none of the ultimates were invested either for the side of Pacific. They still have 4. Those are all really crucial ultimates that can sway around. You can use them to close out the rounds. You can use them to open up the rounds. There's so many different
Okay,
ways
what do we
that
got
you can
here?
use it.
5
And
ults that
with
they're up
5
against.
ultimates like this,
Nightmare.
You could probably also just stagger them. So use a few this
It's
round,
it's
make
actually
the
possible
enemy
to
economy
lose this.
reset a little bit, and then use them again on the next gun round. You could easily do that and string a few rounds together off the back of it.
We've already heard one of them. That was an up and over from comeback to see if he can maybe catch that player towards long. I think he actually caught a little bit of damage on
I
Khaled
don't
too,
think they're
so
going aggro
little
A
chip
enough.
there, but
I will say that
Managed
much.
to at least post up Jellison in towards sewer.
Oh
And
boy.
Khaled right off the rip.
Yeah, going for his teammate.
Yep.
Oh, he gets
Damn, he did it though with the ISO double damage.
That's
Solid.
Smokes down. I mean, and look at the flank. Look at the position from Sand.
Wait,
He doesn't have to go too far on
But
this.
this bro has walked all the way from C once they
that's
take
huge,
A.
you're
What a
right.
weird round
If
this
he
is.
sits there, wait, what is he? Where's
They have
he
no
going?
idea that
Why is
they're
he
on
up
B.
Where's he off to?
Wait, where? They're using
And they
it
have
to
no
fake-
idea that this guy's in
They want them
spawn.
to leave A to run into the.
I'm not sure. Now
Look at the minimap. One of the weirdest rounds I've ever
see the
seen.
sequencing. Maybe I missed something on this one. I'm down to be wrong, but it felt
When
like the
that
sequencing
alarm
could be
bot
stronger.
triggers, she'll turn around, but they know she's in sewers. She used the lockdown there.
Okay, Jellison's done really well to at least win that 1v1. Gives them a new
He's done
lease of life,
incredible, and
maybe
they deal with the
herding
guy
them
that
around
flanked
the
all the
map
way
like this
through
is what they
C.
wanted as the outcome. It's kind of worked for them in a very unorthodox way, and the fighter gets caught in the ult, so there's not much they can do to close that gap. Flank now in place where I say flank, just kind of playing off site.
Huh.
Pacific played that really unorthodox, but
I know it
for them,
worked really well.
and now they're up to 8
I
again.
feel like
The scoreline
Cellison
is
played that
closing in. There was
incredibly
a
well
lot of
though.
ultimates
Just
there,
playing his life the
but
whole
it's
time,
worked
just
out.
staying alive as everyone took space.
Yeah, that was so weird. I do wonder if the
Dude,
ultimates weren't.
they
in
gotta
position
go
exactly
aggro
as they
A.
were, if that would have worked out with the
Go
same
aggro
level
A
of
with
success
4.
that
You
it
can retake C.
did
Go
have.
Neon.
And part of the reason why the ultimates were all grouped there was because of Sans push down long C. At the start of the round, he knew exactly where the ultimate, where Pacific could be, and he knew that it was towards A heavy, and they knew that they could do an easy retake if he flanks B, if it is a B hit. So them being in that position was what caused their downfall.
Uh-oh.
Very, very curious rounds. Ooh.
Crazy, actually.
Hold on. Fighter has managed to slip the net here.
Oh,
and
boy.
That's a very vulnerable player. Oh,
No.
didn't quite crest the corner.
Yeah, and did he think he was out in the
Now
open
should
more,
be
I guess.
noted, and we've seen Pacific kind of slow creep towards
Oh
C.
my god, I
Bloody
thought that
hell,
was
it
him.
actually rose to 5 points.
I thought that was him.
Somehow that might
So
have
I'd say
been
that's an
comeback
absolute shot.
but not the case. The Cypher's still alive. The Trip's arguably still in play. Reinforcing towards Garage and a nice
Yeah, that's a
re-clear in
great
middle.
reaction.
I like this. They've given up
Yeah,
that
and
C
they can
site a fair
definitely-
amount. There's not... I mean, I say that.
Whoa.
Already Mo's taking the space back. They've got this. The re-hit with the util, maybe?
Oh.
Looks like the case. Come back.
Wow.
a
Everyone
big
got hit by the
stand.
recon.
I mean, just
Good shot.
using this outlaw like this, just as a
Yeah, he's a
counter,
lunatic, man.
so
But he's so
confident
good
in
at
landing
cleaning up
those
the low
shots, and
buys.
it works.
It's just
And with the
insane, isn't
TP
it?
coming in
Okay, they
from
at least got
Moita,
like all of the ults out of them, right?
positioning now, just holding so much of spawn. That's big info. That's so much of the map in their hands. This looks like 9 is going to be here. Spy doesn't have the ult. Going to be stuck down on 45 HP. Very difficult for them to carve a route back in to find 3 individual fights.
Spike planted.
Ultimates used. They're
Okay, well,
out
I feel like they
Pacific.
gotta
That
use
is what,
another
all 5
timeout here,
ultimates
maybe?
in the last couple of rounds, but it's gonna
They
get
really
them
need
the
to go
rounds. It's
aggro
gonna
A
put
to make it
the
easier for
ultimates
them.
on another
Or they
eco
could try this
round
push
that's
down
gonna
middle. That kind of looks pretty good as
surely
well.
Get them to around 10. We were talking about that 11-4 curse. Just made up, by the way. And I have to wonder, did Fighter think he was getting droned out in that mid window? Is that why he decided to go for that slide out? Because going for
Maybe.
that slide gave away his position. It's
Yeah.
the only thing that makes sense to me is that
I mean, yeah, he thinks that
thought
someone's
he was
holding
getting
him.
droned out and he had
Or he's out in
no
the open.
chance. Thought someone was still bottom mid. He couldn't go backwards. He was going to get tagged, spam through the window, had to push forwards. Only thing that makes sense to me.
So we go back in.
Okay, we do the
Pacific
aggro A though.
slowly but surely taking
Do
the
they
steps
follow it
through
up
this,
with
and
no
the
one?
Ultimates who kind of stake their
The
claim on
Neon's
the
gotta-
early part
the
of this
Neon's
map,
gotta
but now
commit to
suddenly
this.
feeling like, okay, we don't have this in the bag. We didn't make it to 12. We haven't even
Because this
secured...
is the instant reaction that you want
overtime.
out of them.
Now it gets a
And
little
then you
bit
just
scary.
retake
Go
C and
for-
you have kill trips on C.
I don't want to say a 3-play stack. It's not really. You still got kind of that garage presence coming in from Fighter. Rotation in from Mo. Trip's still here. The outdrone won't reveal anyone on the site or too much information here. Deeper trips as well. Fighter should have caught a glimpse of Loiter there. And this is going to be the C hit. I say that.
What is my
It's gonna be at
lunatic
least
of
a
an
friendly
IGL doing?
Waiting for the rotate.
But he's gonna go in solo Sova.
For info.
Ooh, a little late,
Ooh,
but
boy.
it's fine. You take it when you get those. Takes away Spy, and now it creates a lot of pressure on towards A.
It's good calling from him, though.
There's only one man really within touching
I
distance.
don't think
Fighter waiting
I
patiently,
don't
gets
think this one
rewarded
makes
towards Rose
much
over
sense
towards
when you're
Garage.
taking all the
But by
space
now
on
we can
A.
see where that spike's
But
heading. With the
it at
vast
least
majority
sells
of
it.
the
The
players
A
from
rotate gets
Pacific
out
are
of there.
eyeing up. It's going to be this A site. Plant's coming in. And rightly so, Khalid gave this up. You couldn't hold that on your own. That's too much of a risk. So now the support system's going back in. A 4v4 post-plant. No flanks.
How are you meant to retake this? Look at their util. They got nothing.
We've got
How did they even get through the choke points?
Otherwise, it's just a little bit of util here and there. And Comeback not really feeling like he has to fall off the angle. One way in play does get scanned and punished. Okay. Mo there, the one to strike first. This could be the goer. This could be the
Wait, we breached damage heaven?
Find one. But this
what is going on in this game?
One towards hell. Surely to get checked.
Guy is so crisp though. They're so individually insane sometimes.
Knows there's one right. Knows there's one left. He's found the fight and he can't quite get the second. That was down so close.
That one actually looked doable though for the retake here. They gotta time out. They gotta do this aggro A, but follow it up with the neon, and then they can have the one person that gets the early info if they push them off, and then they can stop this C. That's all they gotta do.
They had the time on their hands. I have to point out though, 5 versus 4, and Rose goes exploring through that garage while his teammates all going towards A. Again, you have that 5 versus 4.
Yeah, the call was really good, but he is a bit of a lunatic with some of the plays that he does.
Leaving that A area to go to B. You know A is going to be softened up. You know the team is already positioned towards garage and C, and yet that's where you walk in.
This is probably some kind of plan for 11-11. Like some kind of plan on the eco, try win a round. Then you save your ult. You just go, you do the aggro A again, but Neon sends it long. That's all they have to do for sure. And then they can just retake with the good ult. That'll at least get them up to 12.
The ultimate's all they need.
But then it'll still be 12-11.
To close out
this guy's on 25 to 16 and he gets to go against people that can buy light armor. So you know he's getting at least 3. He's on for 30.
Okay. Now, you're right. There's still a chance. They're still in the lead. It feels like, you know, you've been kind of battered and broken by that first half. But Pacific have done everything right. They've got 6 rounds in a row. You couldn't ask for anything better for them. They'll be loving that. Comeback's starting to heat up. That outlaw is just deadly. Everything's working. But the problem for the ultimates now is they have to make a stand.
What are Pacific doing? 3-person swinging long so they can get the orb on the breach.
One Vandal over towards Spite. I think that's going to be Mo taking the hit on that. And that's all that they can really come in with. A couple of ults. This should be 11-11. Comeback has been nuts with this. Tricky with the owl drone though.
Yeah, it's waiting for his teammate to shoot this.
I don't know if it's spotted. I don't think it is, but fighter you'd feel would be favorable in this fight. But have you seen this guy with this weapon? And why do I still
that is an ult and an eco
again,
though.
The double tap is going to be so difficult. Exactly.
Sure, I mean you secure it because you've got the outlaw, but you're still using an ult when you've got the eco. But maybe you can solo win the round. He's the only guy with a gun. Oh my god, they might win it.
Now being a nuisance, but on his own, no one there to trade off him. So basically, it's all on Spy here, and he's still
damn, he's having an absolute round though. Has he done enough?
V1. Rose can get the plant.
This guy has drone.
One shock dart, one owl drone.
Got to take a risk. Take a risk, whether it's short, whether it's spawn. Under works.
And clear through.
Okay.
And Rose stakes his claim, sits towards hell, waiting to see if he can catch Mo. And he does.
Damn, look at his timing moving over towards the left. Another 1v1 for him.
Tied all even.
Yeah, they're winning all the 1v1s.
Sheriff's odds and ends. That wasn't a heavily invested
Bro, how many in a row is this? 7? 7.
This is the one that has to count for the ultimates.
I can't believe they used this ult in the eco. Saying that, he's nearly got another ult.
Getting Comeback in that ultimate just to be able to solo. He had
surely they go aggro A and send the neon there though, right?
Is able to progress
like Fnatic do. That's why we stole on their comp.
On that vulnerable and be able to just tap them out.
Like throwing the Omen flash, throwing the
nothing else.
ISO double damage
to come close it out for the side of Pacific after
Hey, there we go. Dude, it's taken them a long time to do this. But this is good. Now they can hold this with one person, and they can reinforce these two a lot better.
Reposition in a 1 versus 1 clutch, coming in on top of it.
They hold it with 2.
You're all right.
They pushing?
Praise from Josh. As it stands, upgraded the outlaw now to the operator. Fighter can be cleared.
Oh my god, it's such a good bait.
Has to fall away, but
such a good bait.
Oh,
he checked it. This guy's a genius.
Diligent work from Rose there. But Spy still finding it.
And then the insta call to go back was over towards here once they realized they created pressure over towards A. Man, the calling's good as well.
Bit of rotation. That little bit of pressure on A drew
Early
all of
camera
those players
spots them.
off Josh. They've got basically the carpet rolled out. The
Brutal.
red carpet is there towards that C site.
Dude, if they got Sova ult for after plan as well, keep an eye on the Neon. Might be able to get a really good timing on this. Wait, how's that kill happened?
Feeling, I mean, you talk about wanting to make desperate plays. You want to be the one to be have that impact.
Wait, we popped a Sova ult.
And yeah, one by one,
We popped a Sova ult in a 2v4. What's going on?
After a shocking start,
They hadn't even tapped the spike or anything.
Back around and spike. Feels like a formality here. A 1v4.
Rose is locked in, right? He's really locked in, man. He's not losing any rounds. This was a great call from him, though.
7 bullets left and 7
He expected this guy in the corner. They expected the bait. Then as soon as they realized they pushed one back, killed one, they know that there's people rotating over towards A, so they insta-call to go C. That was perfect. Don't think he needed to use the ult, but he got him. I mean, he got him here.
PCIFIC reminding us why they are deemed the team to watch. One of their players being one of the hottest prospects. And now... the final player found.
Dude, their money's in the bin as well. Their money's actually in the bin. They've lost 8 in a row.
The ultimates got so close. They have a few ultimates in play. They can make this work. Spy has been so good, getting those solo kills with his ultimate, and he's got it off.
What an absolutely devastating way to lose this.
Desperation from the ultimates.
But they did the right thing on this round. I'm just not sure if they need to leave 2 here. They did come back and punish them.
Attack is so strong on this map, and this is why, in general, it's harder to play your defense.
It was nice calling. Okay, one chance to do this. Oh boy.
No connection.
Okay, they get away with no connects on this one. Here we got another ult. Again.
That's dirty. Oh my god. That's gutting for Spite. And we've got Guardians left, Judges left.
Oh boy.
On a heater
No way they lost like this.
2 impact kills,
11-4.
the ultimate. And now, do they carry on this pathing? Do they want to carry forward towards A? If they double back towards C, there is that player with the Judge. You do have Mo there.
Ah, it's so devastating for them.
It looks like they try and fall forward, come back, still. I mean, making this operator look like a Judge the way he plays this. Fighter's already down low. Mo has been heard, has been seen, and now Fighter needs to face the music. An impact player
25 HP as well. Dude, what a comeback from them.
13 to
what a
11
comeback.
Pacific close out map 1 with a win.
That is
and
a
I'd
nuts
forgive
map.
you if you saw it on the half to think I'd got that wrong, or maybe the HUD was wrong, but it's not. Pacific digging so deep there,
What is this? 9 in a row?
It was a
That's wild.
Digging,
Oh, the calling was really good, chat.
They had us in the first half,
The calling on this was really, really good. The IGL, a very good understanding of Haven. I also think the Ultimates had a really cool game plan on attack. Like you saw those 2 rounds that I spoke about earlier, which they knew that they could punish to get them like a good score on attack. It's just a fact that on defense here they didn't push A aggro enough and leave 1 there.